Yeah, I was gonna say too. If you stop at level 80, you're just gonna like go to bed and just think about how you could have gotten to
Oh,
prestige
how I
20.
could, yeah, exactly. How could I be ready?
And I think you probably wouldn't even be able to sleep
To grind the rest
because
of
of
my
that.
levels in public lobby? Are you insane?
Oh god, I was trying out Nightmare the other day, or not even the other day. Yeah, the other day. Small map gives you like 1500. Jesus, takes so long.
1500. Yeah, damn. That's a lot of money, man. I'll slide in. Did you check the feedback in the password Discord? Evidence changes, new training mode, gamepad support, feedback, VR feedback, new items feedback, progression feedback. Easy guessing, ghost guessing within one hunt. Oh no. Drop a EFM reader. You know, it's just misspelling. New lighting system and performance.
Add exorcism, dude. Just go fucking play demonologist. The fuck.
Oh, dude, this can be debate. Like it's not a conversation. It's gonna be a debate. People are gonna go Korea Chut's next. Prestige oh, this guy Shadow, the guy that thing was a cheater.
Wait, what?
Remember the Shadow guy that called me a cheater?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't believe me. He posted something. Prestige arm patch, animated ID cards, prestige rewards, prestige and reward. He he reacted to himself. Damn.
Every reaction.
I mean, people would say that's self love. I'm like, what if he's depressed? Is that still self love?
No, that means you need self love.
Yeah. Not self love yourself if you're depressed.
That's why you
So,
need it.
that's why I don't need that shit. I've opened the fucking thing 3 times. Normal ghost. Going shade.
It's just a demon. Hmm. I was actually gonna put Andrea because I was like, man, it's throwing a lot of stuff.
It
But then I just
was.
was like, you know what, demon? Because maybe a demon was just throwing a lot of stuff.
Oh, have you? So if you don't see him, go to the top and go to channel roles, and then click on provide game feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Kim would win. Please no the goes. 100 not leaving. Leaving not going for paper games. Did you find a side in? No. What the? Okay. Jesus, is it a multi? It launched that ball.
Oh, the balls? You can never trust the balls.
I think it was.
Yeah, if it's especially if it's soccer ball is always going to be thrown hard. Soccer ball doesn't have a light throw. It's always a hard throw.
Cool. Yuri.
I've got some jobs ready for you.
Yuri.
We've arrived.
Lulu.
Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. Got the intel.
I'm just reading
This is
all
going to be a
this.
tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
I was like going into things and telling people that they're wrong.
Probably will. Speedrunning is the fun part of this game for me. Like ruining that, like ruins the game, and
Yeah.
different people play the game differently.
Like this guy, the guy who did the easy ghost guessing, easy ghost guessing with one hunt. The first point, I'll agree with that. Second point, terrible, because you know the whole point is that you need to figure out what the ghost is. That's why it's the main objective, not the secondary objective. And then the third point is he's saying to add exorcism. Like, bro, this ain't demonologist, and there's a reason why demonologist is fucking garbage.
I've heard that the huge issue demonologist is the matches are too long.
Yeah, there's no
yeah,
replayability.
they are. Yeah, they are.
The replayability is like really bad, and even when you do the exorcism, you don't get that much money. That's the thing. It's like a super hard. It's a super grind, especially considering the fact that one, there's no hiding, and two, all the jump scares are the same, so it's just repetitive as fuck.
Yep, it's scripted.
And
so
then you got Ramey's best friend is in. He's got the shadow or whatever is doing the anti-cheesing method, thinking it's a problem. There's nothing wrong with cheesing. What does this person mean that people cheesing impacts every lobby and ruins it? Unless you're actively playing in a cheesing lobby, how does it affect you? Someone has high tier items, well, normal players can have high tier items too. Is it the money part of the game that's ruined? People have too much money? I don't think that's an issue with this game either. I don't know, like, what this people are against it because most lobbies are flooded with Camp Woodwind to grind. Well, just don't play custom. I don't get that. Most lobbies are not that. But that also addresses a deeper issue, which is that the normal game doesn't progress you fast enough, so everyone's cheesing Camp Woodwind. That's why they feel like they need to. Because people do the grind, they play normal, and they realize they made no progress. So then they switch over to Camp Woodwind because they're tired of the grind, because they want the new shit.
Yeah.
I could also go with this and counter this point, though, is guessing the ghost type after one hunt. Most of the time it's not. Well, it's only guessing, like, you know, half the time. Most of the time you can actually know what it is.
Yeah, because you can roll at 15 ghosts if you get your car right.
This is another point. Custom or Nightmare and Insanity should be the main modes, not custom. I'd say no. That's also stupid.
Nightmare and Insanity should be the main modes? Oh, God.
Nightmare and Insanity are pointless to play. I'd agree with that, but someone who's played this game so much, I only play No Evidence because the game's too slow if you don't. I feel like the pacing of the normal game is just too slow, and that's why I play No Evidence and No Sanity. That's honestly why it's the pacing. It's just you just sit around waiting for. You just know with the. Oh my god! I thought you just said that with the parabolic because your voice was out of sync. I was like, how do you know I only have a parabolic? Just saw it.
I just killed for 2 seconds and I was like, oh, it's only. Also, would you say egg? How?
Yeah, I agree with this guy's issue. That the issue right now is map balance. It's the fact that Woodwind is like the only real playable map for XP right now, and I think that is the big issue, which makes it very repetitive. Because they killed big maps.
I also enjoy Sunny Meadows, and now I get to enjoy it, but like, yeah, it's not worth it.
But you know, that's an issue. That's just reward balancing. I don't know. They should do something about that. I agree though that only doing one strat every time, which is Camp Woodwind speedruns. You know, I wish there was other alternatives that were comparable in rewards. I'll just put it that way, so I can mix it up. That way, it's not just there's one thing you have to do right now, or you're just wasting your time when it comes to rewards. I'd say that's the real issue. I think that's my 2 cents. They have to do something that's like there needs to be more variety in getting XP. That's not just Camp Woodwind spam. But
There's gonna be a point where I'll like Camp Open would probably be a hated map for me because I've played it so much. I mean, it still hasn't passed Sunny Meadows, so
yeah, this is the other issue right here. This people are complaining that if you don't cheese, it's just too hard to level, and that's what makes people want to cheese. Yep, I agree with that. But I will say it is an issue with the game right now that you just have to spam Camp Woodwind though. I'll They need to do something about balancing maps.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Because even casuals who have no idea what they're doing
Whoever was here
play
went
Woodwind
to the barracks with a curse.
because the XP is just so bad. Okay. Oh, maybe I've just played too much Phasmo and I have a hard time playing Nightmare and stuff. It's just too slow.
I would just play night with randoms.
I've tried. I just did, and I was like, you know what? I'll just go back to Zero Evidence because it was a shade. Of course, my most common ghost. Maybe I'm just not a fan of the. It's the reward system. I think it's like it is the problem of the game right now. Is the reward system? It really is. I think that's what it boils down to. You play these long games with evidence to get shit rewards, or you play fast games with no evidence and get way better rewards. Like, what are you gonna do? It's the reward system that's so busted in this game. Because I don't have incentive getting evidence and stuff. It's not like you get more money per evidence you track down or something. So for someone who knows all the ghosts by hunt behaviors, then there's no incentive to get evidence. It just slows your game down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I can see this will probably be just a huge I bet you the community's just going to be split on this. But I agree though that they need the balance XP. That's what they need to do. But I disagree with make everybody play Nightmare and Insanity for XP gain. No, it's too slow.
No, I agree. No, honestly, you want to be bored? Go for it. Be bored.
Like Insanity is Insanity's worse than Nightmare. But yeah, it's too slow. I remember someone was saying that one of the main reasons they switched to Zero Evidence is they started playing Nightmare and they got to the point where like, all right, where's the cursed object? Let's just start a hunt. And that's ultimately what moved them to Zero Evidence, is that once you know enough about the game, You just want the games to move faster without going through the
Running ghosts.
process of collecting evidence. And it honestly is a more fun experience to skip all the slow ghosts. It is. Like Mayor's, Grory's, Yuri's, they take too long to figure out, which I think also takes away from the game.
No,
But I like to do things fast. I hate the slow ghosts.
There's some jobs
I don't
Everyone's
like to
got
play
theirs,
long
too.
matches. And the thing is, you don't get more money for long matches. Which comes back to the broken reward system. The game rewards just getting the ghost very fast. So, I mean, not that rewards matter anymore to me, but I don't think people need to anti-cheese.
you just go against cheesing. It's like, no, you can't cheese. You're not allowed. Oh, Cam Woodwin.
I
Oh
I
god.
kind of miss the Sunny Meadows. Sunny Meadows just had a way better replay value than Camp Woodwind. Is literally the same.
look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
meta. Like last patches, everybody was just doing 10x or monkey pod runs on Sunny Meadows. And that was it. That was last patch. Which also came down to it's because the rewards were so much better on those maps. That's why. Yep, I agree. This guy's arguing right now. He's more like us. He's just like knowing that playing on Nightmare or normal is boring once you know how to play zero evidence. Yeah. That's true. I
Wait,
would like him to have official
thing?
support. I would like to have him have official support for no evidence mode.
Are you on
Just
the
make it an
anti-cheese thread?
The anti-cheese thread, yeah, that's what I'm.
That's me.
That's go. Is that you? You're
Yeah.
July? You're
Yeah.
you're actually
spitting
making
facts.
sensible, reasonable points. That's hilarious. It's just you on there. I'm like, yeah, this guy's reasonable. I'm just cycling through all these. I'm bored. Yeah, I don't get why people complain about this. The easy ghost guessing in one hunt. Isn't that the goal that a seasoned investigator knows his ghost so well that he can identify the ghost very good because he's a good ghost detective? Isn't that the whole point of the game? Is to figure out where the ghost is, and if you're really good at the game, you can find out where the ghost is immediately. That's part of being a seasoned detective. That it makes sense. Like, I don't get this. But I'm of the opinion. Yep. See, this guy agrees with you right here. Yep, 9 times out of 10, you just have to do a hunt test anyway, so you might as well just been playing on zero evidence. That's how I feel every time. If you're getting down to the point where you have to do a hunt test, you might as well just play zero evidence at that point. You spent all that time getting evidence just to do a hunt test, which you could have just identified a ghost anyway. That's just the truth. Like, oh, I just saw a Hantu, but at the end of the day, after getting all the evidence, you saw the ghost breath, so you knew it was a Hantu. Like, that's what gave it away. Yep, this guy's right. They just need to make large maps a lot more XP. That's how you fix it. And then the other issue with balancing rewards too is how the rewards work, like sprint and stuff. Like, yeah, I guess you're mentioning that too. It's just the fact that you can cut off sprint and has like no impact on your game on Camp Woodwind means you can run a much higher multiplier in Camp Woodwind. I mean, playing Apocalypse difficulty on the Camp Woodwind, doesn't really matter. It's like super easy because you can just smudge the ghost from the van. Like, serious.
Or you chuck in all
It's so easy.
you chuck in all the smudges. You put Hunter X on medium, and you still have 20 seconds against the ghost.
Wait, this guy had a thread about how to fix the issue. We just need we need reasonable people providing feedback that actually know the real issues of this game.
Yeah,
For
but
people
this
who've
isn't
played
supposed
a
to be
lot.
suggestions. It's supposed to be
That's the
feedback.
point. Is that
Comment
we need people
suggestions.
that actually have they accurately address issues and propose good solutions to those issues. That's how you're gonna make the game better. People need the. Remove investigation bonus for just the ghost, kind of forcing you to do all the objectives. That'll just add more steps to cheesing, and people will still do woodwind. Because then people just do woodwind and make sure they have to do all, like they'll just bring the motion sensor and do all of it. Still faster on woodwind.
Wait, CJ was actually responding to people in this thread?
You see Egg's comments and anti-cheesy.
Yeah, I did.
Because I bet you there's a lot of players like us who just grind the higher multipliers because their experience. All the high level players just play custom. Are you kidding me? Or most do. Not everyone. That's true. There's the people that love playing professional, and they'll stay with that. But I agree with this. I've been wanting them to buff photos forever. I think photos should provide like the most money. Like if you're going for money, go for photos. It actually makes the most sense. But yeah, they just need to rebalance how experience is gained in general to fix the issue.
Someone's saying to buff the bonuses. I mean, you can cheese the bonuses super easy.
Yep, you can. That's it doesn't fix any problem. It just means that you're gonna go in and have to get all objectives, which will slow the grind down. But then it feels even more bad. Oh, I got the shitty stop a crucifix with the hunt or whatever, you know. But you could just re-roll. It just adds another step. You just re-roll when you have bad objectives. I don't think that solution is a good one.
CJ says, for people who play professional, it will take them about 60 hours to prestige.
For people who play like us, you'll get 100 hours. You'll be prestige 20.
Yeah.
Like, or this. Yeah, which means they would have to they are gonna overhaul objectives too, though. They did announce that in next update, so I don't know what the new objectives are gonna be.
What about adding more / unlocking custom difficulty settings with each prestige, or like some special new settings? We're thinking about custom,
These
yes.
guys are right. It's like only the very experienced players are gonna really actually make a lot of money off the guest thing. I guess if you're just getting carried, that's another thing. But every game has that problem. It's like you just join a random's lobby who knows the game way better than you, and they can give you all the XP. But because guessing randomly on Woodwind, like you're gonna miss it so much if you don't get all the ghosts right that you can get right. It's gonna be terrible to level.
Also doesn't help that we've kind of added the extra things for prestiging. Center counter unlocks as this would have been instantly make it feel more rewarding. So that's
I agree. I think prestiging feels bad. I feel like the whole point of me trying to prestige to 20 was so that I never had the prestige again.
yeah.
I did not like having to re-go through the levels. It just adds another layer of RNG and tedium. It reminds me of doing the Apocalypse challenge, where I just rerolled until I had decent objectives. Because some objectives just suck, like Witness a Ghost event. You know, that just feels bad. Like, oh, I can't, you know, some ghosts just don't give you a ghost event. You have no control over that. So you're just gonna sit there for, you know, and just risk not getting any money until a ghost event goes off. Like, I think that then that's the problem of just sitting there waiting for something to happen. I mean, I think the fun gameplay loop of Phasmo is you doing things to make the ghost do something, and then the boring part of Phasmo is you just sitting there waiting, doing nothing, waiting for the ghost to do something. It's a lot of times I'll just skip challenges too if I don't care about the money, because getting the ghost right is, yeah, that is the bread and butter of this game. It's not getting the ghost without a candle.
I believe a change to rewards is necessary, so we're not relying on the 12.97 cheese stats. I had a personal issue with it, but I have to admit it's not ideal. Proposed changes. Investigation mode only applies when you complete all objectives. Ghosts and secondaries. Bone rewards increase. Small $50. Medium 100. Large 150.
It
Ghost
doesn't
reward.
it just makes another layer to the speedrun. The problem with those suggestions is it doesn't fix the speedrun. You're still gonna play Woodwind, and you're just gonna have to do the objectives now. So because Woodwind will be faster to do your objectives. It doesn't solve much of the issues. It slows down the XP gain by a little bit, making players have to do objectives. But that's it. And I was already pretty much doing that when I was doing the speedruns. I'd just skip a couple of the shitty objectives like Crucifix or Ghost event, you know.
He also says ghost reward increase. Small 100. Medium 150. Large 200.
I think map balancing is the big issue, because the problem is it's just Camp Woodwind. But Woodwind's also a problem because of the new lighting changes and the fact that you can't hold enough items. Now they did fix that a little bit. I'll be honest, the new lighting changes when you have night vision or a headlamp or isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
And they're right about this. Bone and photos, when you're at a high multiplier, give nothing. They're not worth getting.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to get a full book of photos and get the bone to get one objective worth of money. Like, are you kidding me? Oh. They definitely need to buff the rewards for big maps, though. That they are like 2 objectives worth of money to play on a big map. That's no. Big maps take way longer. They take way longer to do. Especially if you're playing like professional and stuff. They take way longer.
Here we go. Blocky footprints. Apparently, as the Ibaka is doing its shape shifting, it skips footsteps. There's maybe a bug, but it's also good evidence for people.
It goes. I almost sometimes think Myling or Abakes are Mylings because they just keep their footsteps keep cutting out. It's and you were just doing that one ghost. Couldn't. I just was watching his stream. Like, that's an Abake because it was just cutting the footsteps so bad.
I'm still not used to it.
Like, oh, now that I know what it is, I hear it every time. I'm like, this is an Obake. I already know, and then I just watch it, and usually you'll see the shape shift. but it's the footsteps are just so bad now. It's like oh, and it's like a record break. It just keeps stopping. It's like stop, stop. It just keeps skipping them, and it like sounds really buggy. Like the ghost just like it just keeps skipping steps, and it'll skip steps even when it's not like shape shifting. It'll do it sometimes like 4, 5, 6 times in a 20-second hunt.
What the fuck? Anyone having it's the same issues with the ghosts completely changing their behavior? Like I got demons act like spirits, spirits acting like jinns. It sounds like, yeah, I got no Baki during a hunt that didn't change at all, leave 6 fingers anywhere. I've got a Banshee who attacks every 10 seconds and put my sanity to a super low level like a Yuri or Yokai would do it. Yokai does not, what? You correct about Yuri, but Yokai, no. I had a mare that was dead silent, like a Myling. I got a Goria that acted like Oni.
Dude, I've had really buggy ghosts. I've had phantoms that never phantom blinked. That's pretty normal though.
I've got multiple twins that refuse to get freezing.
You've changed this thread, its direction a ton.
Who? What, egg?
Egg is spamming these forums now.
It's just interesting to see what a casual player thinks, and it's literally like, yeah, no, you should make the game like Demonologist. It's like, no, the fuck. Like I said, Demonologist, the replayability is fucking terrible. The game itself is good, but the replayability is so bad. And there's a reason why
CJ
Phasma's
said
so
these
successful.
channels are for feedback, not suggestions.
Mm-hmm. I mean, comment section is like whatever, but the thread itself, yeah, should not be fucking suggestions. Like the guy who's the easy ghost guessing.
I didn't even read this. Achievements, cursed equipment, no evidence. I agree with this third point. No evidence should be possible with any ghost. I kind of agree with that though. I do wish that things like Goryus or Mares and Yuris were reworked a little bit for no evidence. But I bet you that they're probably the XP thing is becoming such a big deal that I'm pretty sure they're going to do something about it.
I mean, if the issue is just leveling up, they really should just increase the multipliers, theoretically. Like, just make Nightmare be like a fucking 6x or something. Because 4x,
Yeah, that's what
honestly,
I'm
is pretty
saying.
trash.
It's so bad. It's like you go through all that work to go to your reward screen and just learn that you get no money. It sucks. But if that's the pacing they want the game, then custom shouldn't go up to 15 times. Just saying. Like, I don't know. It's just weird.
Levering rework, equipment rework, money says reward rework are all released, but objective rework is in progress. So what? Still reworking it.
Evidence. They are gonna redo objectives next patch. They've or not next. Like that's like one of, in the future, one of their reworks. They are gonna overhaul objectives. I know that. New items. I don't really have much criticisms about the new items. I have criticisms about freezing temperatures, but not the thermometers. I think the thermometers are fine. I think freezing temperatures is too slow. No, it is just the pacing. It is. And some people want to play this game casual, and some people want to speedrun it.
Yeah, but people are gonna speedrun any game. You don't stop cheesers. There's no such thing. People always find a way to cheese. It's just, yeah, I agree that this way is
No,
way
every
too cheesy.
game ever has had
but that's
that.
because
Like
of,
I don't even remember any game I've ever played that has a level progression system. If someone found the most optimal way to do it, they would do it.
yeah, that's just how
That's
it
in every game.
Yeah, like any game you play, that's what it is.
It's like
But,
any ARPGs are especially notorious for that.
yeah, ARPGs,
It's like it's not what's fun, but it's what's efficient. Because whenever it's at least this game's not super competitive with leaderboards, but especially when leaderboards are involved, you have to do what's the most efficient, or you're gonna lose.
No. Can't do
I want to
exploits.
know what because they're definitely, if it's this much of an issue and this many people are bitching about it, I wonder what they actually will do as a solution, or if they'll just ignore it.
I mean, they definitely just need, like, the people who are complaining, like, if you're putting yourself into their shoes, level 100 people, just make Nightmare worth more. Like, small map being 1500, you're just not leveling at all.
It's like compared from old Phasmo, it's so fast, but then
Yeah.
old
like,
everything has to be taken into the lens of new Phasmo though, and old Phasmo is just put it to the wind. It's gone. Like,
yeah, but I mean, like, if you give people an incentive to play Nightmare, less
they'll
people
do it,
will
yeah.
play Woodwind, right? There's still going to be people who cheese it, but less people will want to cheese it because because you can actually level properly just by playing Nightmare.
No,
Right
yeah,
now, you
and
can't
the
even
issue
level
is it's the
properly.
contrast. You're right. Like the XP difference isn't just a little bit. Like all these people who are doing Woodwind slightly leveling faster. It's like no, these people doing Woodwind are gonna get there like 10 to 20 times faster than you, if not even faster than that. It's huge.
Like, like, I understand, you do Woodwind and then you get there fast, okay, but you should still be able to get there just playing Nightmare. That's all it is. You should just be able to get there playing Nightmare.
Oh, you can. It just takes forever.
Well, no, you don't. I mean,
It takes
technically
forever.
technically,
It takes.
yeah, technically
If
you
you play
can't
a lot,
because,
like I guess if they're
by the time
supposed
you
to
get
say
there,
60 hours just to get to level 100
yeah,
one
by the time you
time.
get there, Phasmo 2 is gonna come out.
No, that's true for casuals. If 60 hours is the goal for level 100, most people can't do that.
Yeah, 60 hours
If you're
of gameplay
if you're
for
the
level
super
100.
casual that maybe can play like 1 hour a day or something, or you only can play on even more casual, you only play on weekends.
Yeah, and like
Like
when you
or
think about it,
something like
a normal game, right, would take like anywhere between 16 to 20 hours to fully complete. You're doing 60 hours. You're doing almost 3 to 6 times as much hours just to get to level 100, which is quote unquote completing the game. And that's just ridiculous. Like that, like honestly, 20 hours is already a grind. 60 hours is just impossible.
and how grinding the Prestige 20 was still like over 100-hour grind. They do that, even with Camp Woodwind. It's insane.
Yeah, and that makes sense, right? Because that's for people who like try hard, like sweats, which is like
If you
that's just what
grind,
it
let's
is.
say like even Insum, who's a more experienced player, you do his methods of Nightmare and perfecting professional matches. You're not gonna get there for like till a couple years. Like, and maybe that's their intentions. Prestige 20 is something that you get after playing for a long time.
We're just cooking way too hard.
So another issue I have is rewards for weeklies are not good enough either. Which might just come down to how broken rewards are on custom. The multipliers are they're insane. And the gameplay loop of guessing ghosts for no evidence, but that also is a no evidence problem.
Unreal.
Oh, I was gonna go with that
Let's prepare
too.
some jobs for you.
It's just RNG, man. It's like what it did that half filter throw, which is superstition.
Dude, it was throwing like
Is
it was doing that thing, and I was like, dude, it might be an on-rare, but I was like, I don't know. I'm getting really tired now.
You gotta grind. You got this.
Right, I'm almost done.
This is why no one plays big maps either, is everyone
you
wants
gotta
to get
grind.
levels.
You gotta
Because
grind till
levels
you're done.
matter now. That's
If you
also
don't grind till
true.
you're done, then I'll just do the lobby, and then you can sit in the van. But then there's no content. Well, I mean, technically there is content.
Actually,
you could just
You're
discuss.
sitting in the van.
Well, I mean, I'll just do the hunt and you can discuss for side, dude. But
no, I could just
no one wants to see that.
no, I could just end stream. I could just keep playing. I'll just plug my controller in and lay in bed.
I feel like using a controller uses more brain power than using mouse and keyboard for me.
Bake. Oh, hello, Jesus. Yeah.
Listen to the footsteps.
Yeah, I am.
Listen
Yep.
Wait, listen to this.
Yeah, it's just skipping. I heard like 5-6 times.
Yeah, because how I see it, they should just make preset rewards higher. That's really like the big issue too. Preset rewards higher and larger maps more rewarding.
Welcome back.
I don't
There's
think,
some jobs
like,
ready for
in
you.
theory, I don't even think they should even touch Woodwind. They should use that as a baseline.
So what'd you say about a controller? Keyboard and mouse? Egg?
Oh, using a controller uses way more brain power for me.
Oh no, I'm just saying like I say like you can just go grind. I was just in the van. No, like entering going. I'm not gonna continue streaming then. It would just be way too boring. That's on here. I'll hit Prestige 20 tomorrow. I'll play for a few hours depending on like what time I stream.